If you see a quarterback on this board that you like, lucky you, one of them, if not all, could be up for grabs really starting now. If you want to get technical to help answer some of these quarterback questions, we welcome in our NFL insider, Dan Graziano. And Dan, a deal with Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz could happen as early as this week. Those are what league sources are telling ESPN. So what's the latest on this situation?
Yeah, it absolutely could happen anytime if a team meets the Eagles' price. To this point, no one has, and they've been asking a lot in return for Wentz. They don't want to just give him away. They feel like he has value and should return some. The key date to watch is March 20th. That is when a $10 million roster bonus is due Carson Wentz. Obviously, if the Eagles are planning for him to not be on their team this year, they don't want to pay that $10 million. They would want his new team to do that. So the deal would have to be done by then. That's probably as long as we can expect it to drag out, although, as Adam and Mort reported over the weekend, it really is the kind of thing that could happen any time if one of these interested teams decides to meet the Eagles' price.
And that March 20th date, that's about a month and a half from today, with today being February 9th. I want to stay in the state of Pennsylvania. Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger with a current cap hit of over $41 million for the upcoming season. So what are you hearing about his future in Pittsburgh?
The Steelers have made it clear publicly that they cannot carry that cap hit, that something has to be done. They have to have a conversation with Ben Roethlisberger about what that is. Do they reduce his salary? Do they extend his contract and reduce this year's cap hit? Does he retire? Do they have to release him? There are tough conversations that the Steelers have to have. If this were any other team and any other quarterback, you'd say, well, they would cut him and move on and save the $19 million. But it's Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, and there's a relationship there that the team feels may be worth preserving. So don't be surprised if he's extended, but also don't be completely shocked if we end up with a situation where he's no longer on the Steelers.
Yeah, Big Ben turns 39 on March 2nd. His 39 is much different than Tom Brady's 43, if we're being honest about where the quarterbacks are physically in their career. Off to Dallas now, quarterback Dak Prescott and the Cowboys in the third offseason of negotiations. What more can you tell us about Dak finally getting a long-term deal?
This kind of stands where it did last July when talks broke off because the deadline passed. The Cowboys and Dak Prescott's side have had some conversations since the season ended, but really haven't made a lot of progress toward a new deal. Each side knows where the other stands. It's still an issue of the Cowboys wanting the longer-term deal, the 5-year deal for salary cap purposes, and Dak wanting the 4-year deal so we can get to free agency faster. And the Cowboys are telling Dak's agent that they have to see what the salary cap's going to be before they can do anything. That still remains to be determined. March 9th is the key date here. That would be the latest they could possibly franchise him, which they will absolutely do if they don't get him signed before then. But the hope on both sides is that they can.
And March 9th, a month from today. So plenty to discuss. Dan Graziano with us for the latest on all things quarterbacks.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.